Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I filmed anything, so first off I want to say that I hope that you and your family are safe and healthy during this very weird, scary time. I took a intentional break from vlogging in the month of March. I think only one post went up and it was an updated one. And now I'm trying to get back in the swing of things for the month of April, just to try to get some sense of normalcy back into my life. But today I am updating a blog post and filming a video all about some of the things there are to do at Walt Disney World as an adult. So a lot of people think that Disney World is just for kids, and I always try to tell people that you can go just as adults, and you don't I mean, it helps if you love Disney, but you don't even need to love Disney. You don't need to spend all your time in Magic Kingdom. So today I'm going to be sharing some of the different things that you can do as an adult at Walt Disney World. So without further ado, let's get started. If I'm looking down, I'm looking at my list of everything. Let me see if the lighting is just a little too bright. That's probably a little bit better. Look a little bit less like a ghost. Okay. So first thing is the different festivals at Epcot. So in a year there are generally three festivals. There's the Festival of the Arts that takes place in January and February. There's Flower and Garden, which take place from March to May, and the Food and Wine Festival that take place from August to I think November now. They keep kind of getting longer and longer, so there's pretty much something going on a lot, many months of the year. It's really only the summer and December, but there's holidays around the world in December, I think. But the festivals, they're all kind of becoming fairly similar too. So for Flower and Garden and Food and Wine, there's generally booths all the way around World Showcase area, so you can spend a little bit less money to get sample sizes of food, and then there's drinks at the different booths as well. The Flower and Garden, there's more themed booths, and then the Food and Wine, they are countries around the world. Both are really fun, but as an adult there's a lot of some of it can be fancier food that you can just taste your way through the booths. That's a really fun thing to do. And then for Food and Wine, they have culinary seminars and stuff like that, if you want to do something special, you can definitely do stuff like that. But the Epcot festivals are great for probably more so adults than kids. I don't think kids think that is super fun, but I enjoy the festivals. I've never been to Festival of the Arts. It started the year a couple years after we went in February, so we would have gone when it was on, but it hadn't been invented yet. But my favorite is probably Flower and Garden, because I love all the character topiaries that are around World Showcase during Flower and Garden. Next, you can drink or eat your way around the world. So again, in Epcot and World Showcase, you can do this any time of year. You can visit the different quick service or sit down restaurants in each of the countries and sample your way around the world. Some people make a drinking game out of it, so drink with caution, but it's definitely an activity to do. Another area to visit would be Disney Springs, so formerly known as Downtown Disney. It's the shopping district. They got a makeover quite a few years ago now. I think in 2016 when I went, it was still not everything was done, but they've put a lot into that area. It is so pretty now. So even if you're not going to shop or to eat, it's just a really pretty area to walk around that doesn't cost you anything. And if you're staying on Disney property, you can get a bus there really easily, and just spend some time walking around. There are a ton of restaurants there. We have eaten at very few of them because there's so many options in the parks that it's hard for me to pull myself away from the park to spend time there, but I do hope to eventually try a lot of them. Some people really like going to Disney Springs and spending a lot of time there. And then another option is there's a Cirque du Soleil show. So it was La Nuba, and we saw it in 2013 or 15, I can't remember. I think 13. But it recently ended, and there's going to be a new show that's actually Disney like themed and inspired, which would be different, but that's like a unique experience too. Like that's the only place that you could see it, but that's definitely like a nice thing to do for an evening out, that I would definitely recommend. Next, the signature restaurant. So Disney has tons and tons and tons of different restaurants, but there are signature restaurants that are that much nicer, that much more expensive. So there's ones like, well, there's Victoria and Albert's at the Grand Floridian, which is like the fanciest one. But then there's other restaurants like California Grill. There'd be like, I don't eat a lot of them, so thinking of ones that would be like 2 dinner credits on the dining plan, like Le Cellier, like Narcoossee's at Grand Floridian. There's just, if you're looking for that, you can specifically search for nicer restaurants on the Disney website, but there are very fancy, very good restaurants in Walt Disney World. So don't think that it's just like hot dogs, hamburgers, like park food. Like you can have a really nice dining experience, and I would definitely recommend it, even just for like one night. Like I think we ate at, I've been to California Grill a couple times, but my husband and I went there I think in 2015 for his birthday, and it was like our one splurge meal that we really looked forward to and really enjoyed. And then California Grill specifically, if you have an early dinner, you can come back to watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks from there, and even if you don't want to go for a reservation, you could go for just drinks or appetizers or something like that. Next is the spas. So the Grand Floridian has a spa, Saratoga Springs, yeah, that's what it's called, has a spa. I've never been to one at Walt Disney World, but my husband and I did visit the one in Aulani in Hawaii on our honeymoon, and it was run by the same company that does the Walt Disney World ones, Senses, and it's the same as on a Disney cruise, but it was expensive, but it was really nice. So I'm sure because it's all the same company that you would have a good experience anywhere you went, but that is definitely something that would be mostly adults only and would be very relaxing and indulgent. Next is just visit the resorts. So you could do like a monorail loop. There is a thing that you can pay for that has like different dining options. It's like tasting your way around the monorail, but you could do like a monorail like bar crawl where you have drinks at all the resorts. So like the Grand Floridian, the Contemporary, and the Polynesian. And then now with the Disney Skyliner, you could go from Epcot or Hollywood Studios to Caribbean Beach, the Riviera Resort, and then you could also like get off at one end and walk to Beach Club Boardwalk. But Disney resorts, again, depending on the level of resorts, there's 3 different levels. The deluxe are gonna have the nicest options, and it would just be a really nice like evening, or if like you don't want to go to the parks that day, a nice break, a nice way to spend some time and explore the resorts, because they're all different and they're all themed so well, that it's really fun to do. Next, take a tour. So Disney does have a lot of tours, and you can go anywhere from like a 1-hour tour to like VIP, which is very, very expensive. One that I can recommend because I've done it is the Keys to the Kingdom tour. So that was at Magic Kingdom. We did that one year as like a birthday present for Ethan. I swear we don't go a lot. It just sounds like we do. But we've done like birthday presents to each other that like we experience when we're there. So like La Nuba, and my battery is gonna die. Okay, taking a tour. So one thing that we've done is the Keys to the Magic Kingdom tour. So that was one thing that I really wanted to do, to be able to see the utilidors, which are the tunnels that are underneath Magic Kingdom, so that cast members can get from one area to the park to the other without being in the wrong costume in the wrong area of the park. So that one was like a 5-hour, it was like the morning, and it included lunch at Columbia Harbor House, but it was fascinating to me. Like, I loved it, but I love the Disney details and learning like why certain things are there and the story behind them and the history of the park and everything like that. And like, I cried at the end, but if you are a Disney buff, or if you love the details, that is definitely something to do. They have all different ones. If you like Animal Kingdom, there's like the Wild Africa trek that you get to see animals up close, and do like, I think it comes with a lunch, and you get to go like with a harness on over the bridge where the crocodiles are. But there's really something for everything. For everybody. If you've been on Living with the Land at Epcot, there's a behind the scenes tour, which is only like 45 minutes, but you get to go and you walk like behind the scenes, and you get to taste some of the food that like from there. Honestly, I love doing tours, and I would do one probably every time. But yeah, it's just another option that's something like special and different, that would be fun to do. And depending on the one, there is like people have to be at least 16. Like, I know the one that we did, because you were going into the utilidors, like you could have seen someone out of costume, that they wanted people to be older to not ruin the magic. And that one was actually really cool because you got to go backstage, so we saw like where the floats were hidden or stored for the parades, but you could ask certain questions when you were backstage that you wouldn't be able to ask when you're standing on Main Street or anything like that. So if you'd like an opportunity like that, check that out. And the last thing is to visit the boardwalk. So this is kind of like a visit the resort, but the boardwalk to me is more of like a destination because it has lots of restaurants. They have entertainers there in the evening, like it's all lit up. It'd be really, really nice. You can walk like all the way to Beach Club and do like a little loop. But there's like the dueling piano bar, there's a dance club, like there's lots to do there. There's an ice cream shop, there's a lot there. I had never, actually when I originally wrote this post, I had never been to the boardwalk before, but we did go in 2016. I like planned for us to go to Epcot for the morning, and then we walked to Beach Club and had a late lunch at Beaches and Cream, and then continued on to Hollywood Studios for the rest of the evening. So we did get to like wander. I remember there was a big group of us, but we like stopped for margaritas. I really wanted ice cream at Ample Hills, but we were going to Beaches and Cream and I was saving room for dessert. But it was a really nice, like kind of slower paced afternoon, but I haven't seen it at night, so that is something that I do want to do eventually, is to explore it at night. But as you can see, like this probably doesn't even skim the surface of everything that there is to do as an adult at Walt Disney World, but this is a lot of the things that I would recommend and that I've done over the years, but it's not just for kids. So let me know what your favorite thing to do is just as an adult at Walt Disney World in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching. Stay well, be well, stay safe, stay home if you can. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.